Hello, Keith 58. How we doing? How's it going? Weather is terrible here at the moment. Hello, Jeanette. How we doing? I've not got my camera where I wanted to have it, but there you go. Can't help. I can't get near to where I normally sit, as you well know. So this is the best I can do, unfortunately. No, I didn't manage to get my spot. It's still in use by somebody else, so that's why I'm on a slightly different angle now. It's not bad, but I just don't like having them bushes in bottom of image, you know. They look, I just don't like it, but anyway, there you go. Nothing I can do about it. Yeah. It's raining really heavy now. Even though you can't, doesn't look like I can see it on the camera, but it is raining. Quite heavy, but I've got my rain cover on phone, so there's no problems there. It's not warm either. It's not overly warm. Not raining there. Hello, RD221 studio. How are we doing? Hello, Chris. How we doing? I hate when someone takes my yeah, correct. This guy's probably skiving. Hello, the train spotter 37. I'm from the UK. Excellent, so am I. That's where I'm at this moment, in a very wet UK. It's raining really heavy here at the moment. Hello, Japanese person, how we doing? That video wasn't supposed to be up yesterday. I've been trying to get OBS working with my... Oh, got you, Chris. Train spotter 17, dry drizzling here. Yeah, it's drizzling here. Sorry about this, the chat for us. Hello, Sanger, how we doing? How's it going, Sanger? What's the weather like up there? Hello, Teesside spotting. Just finished my McDonald's, excellent. Surprised you can't see the rain on the camera. It's really raining heavy, but yeah, it's not. I can't see it on the live stream. I don't know why. Yeah, it's freezing grey and wet. Yeah, I know that feeling. It's cold here. I mean, but fortunately, I'm sat in my car, nice and snug as a bug in a rug. So it's all right. My phone's getting a lashing outside, but I've got it. It's got its waterproof case on today, so. Even though it is waterproof anyway, without a case, I put a case on it as well extra, just to protect it a bit. Hello, dinosaur cat. Just leaves, nothing more. Just leaves, nothing more. Where's the just leaves, dinosaur cat? What are you on about? Just leaves. Hello, Sean. How's it going? Hello, Chuck Assassin. How are we doing? I just went past the ECML. Excellent. Hello, James Triggs. How are we doing? This is not my normal camera position, but I couldn't get to where I wanted to be today. So it's this or nothing, unfortunately. Hello, Jay McCarthy. You've seen a cat before? No, I've never seen a cat. What's a cat? What is a cat? Is it an item? What is a cat? I saw Steve's trip on train. Yeah, so did I. Yeah, I've never seen a cat. What is it? Is it an animal or a thing? So, a pet. It's a pet, is it? Right. Never heard of that. It's a bit like a dog, is it? A pet, yeah. No, I haven't got any pets, so I don't know what one of those is. Opposite of a dog, is it? All right, excellent. I didn't know a dog had an opposite. Why is that T323 so slow? Because, I don't know. That's the speed he wants to go at. Hello, Stuart. How are we doing? Hello, Bartia, train spotter. How are we doing? Welcome back. Well, not bad. Excellent. That's what we like to hear, Stuart. Make the call, Jeanette. Make the call. I will sing. You're going to sing, Stuart? Excellent. What are you going to sing? Oh, why am I? That's because I'm just trying to work out why I'm not seeing all messages, but it was set on top messages, that's why. So I won't get in them all, if you know what I mean. Yeah, he's just sat in his car in front of me. I'm not actually sure if he's on his own or not. I can't tell because his windows are darkened windows, but I keep thinking I'm seeing some white hair, blonde hair bobbing around. So there could be some shenanigans going on. Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk to you again. Yeah, blonde hair bobbing around, yeah. Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again. Because a vision softly creeping left its seeds while I was sleeping, and the vision that was planted in my brain still remains within the sound of silence. There you go. And in the distance, you can see the tone of the room disappear. Lol. 123 people in here. I hope you're all double tapping the screen. Hello, Vassia123 MVS2. Hello, Staffa Dajotine. How we doing? Do. Standing at the station, I'm waiting for a train to take me to the border. And my loved one far away. How we doing, Tommy? How's it going? I see a train a coming down the track. You were too naughty. Things that's wrong. I was melting last night, Richard. I was melting. Richard isn't very happy. Someone has nicked his spot. Correct, yeah. I'm not so bad now. I've got over it. You know what I mean? I've adapted, shall we say. Right, I'm off again. Off to the shops. Excellent, Stuart. Take your umbrella. Umbrella. Ella. Ella. I swear things starting to move too. Yeah, I'm not surprised, Senga. I'm not surprised. You didn't go live last night, Richard. No, I didn't go live, no. Not last night. It was Wednesday last night. Don't do a Wednesday. If I go live on my stream, on my panel, it's always going to be on a Thursday if I go live. And I'll probably do one tonight at 9 p.m. So don't be square, be there. No, he didn't. And there was much rejoicing. Just going to put my engine on for a minute because it's bloody cold. Yeah, that's mine. Is that one? You still to wait for yours yet? Yeah, it's there's still one more to come. Your what's it? You know, your black things. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That one that's come now off Royal Mail. That's mine. Is that? Yeah. Just leave that in the hallway, and the next one to come is your black things. Yeah. All right. See you later. Bye bye. Bye. Just ringing my mum up to tell her there's a parcel just been left at her doorstep. I still say that Echo other night was Bill. I don't know what that were, Jeanette. It was a mystery. A mystery. It was just a sweet little mystery. Hello, Chalet 107. I'm in Indonesia. Excellent. It's just that sweet little mystery. Is train. Is train, yeah. Is train, yeah. Good. Yep. Good. We didn't have the problem Tuesday evening. Well, yeah, no, that's true. Did anybody? Yeah, of course. People come up after you bake, didn't they? Did they? Can't remember. Were I there or not? I can't remember. Were I there on Tuesday or not? I can't bloody well remember. Hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it now. Like, yes, oh, me and Stuart. That's right. Yeah, Stuart. Yeah. I love listening to Stuart. I feel like I'm in foreign languages classes. Where are you? I am in the United Kingdom on the West Coast Main Line near Preston. Allah Nagak Ta Bahasa Naya. Excellent. Felt like I were doing the Chinese then. Hello, Just a Gamer. How we doing? And don't forget, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. Don't be shy. And double tap the screen. You know, it makes sense. Das Sing, Das Sayang Bang. Das Sayang Bang. Double tap the screen, guys. Kareta, Naya, Mana. Yep, got you. I've no idea what you're saying, but... Well, you can't see a wee man today, Sanger. Your wee man's hiding on the left. You wee little man. Just as I was putting my camera up, yeah, a ScotRail came past of all things. A ScotRail 156, which is very unusual for this neck of the woods. I think it was an Edinburgh to Glasgow that had took a wrong turning. I haven't got a clue what he's on about. No, I haven't either. In the name of the wee man. Kala de Indonesia ada CC201, CC203, CT206, DLL. Excellent. Hello, Andy. I always see this live when I'm on the train. Have a great day. Thank you, Andy. Have a nice journey on your train. Good morning from Cali. Hello, Carl Yaz. How are we doing? Hello, Dwayne Trivet. Hello there. Hello, Ruben. How are we doing? Reuben. Jeanette, he gets all these dodgy internet parcels sent to his Mars address. She'll be on the 9 o'clock news with a SWAT. Yeah. The parcels are actually for her. Well, there's one for me and one for my mum, actually. We've got one each. The one that's just been dropped off was by Royal Mail, and that's why I've just rung her up to tell her it's on doorstep, but the one that's coming off Amazon hasn't arrived yet. Hello, Sweeney. Say my name, say my name. How's it going, Ruben? I like this video. I'm not subscribed. I like this video. I'm not subscribed. Excellent. Well, hit the subscribe button then. Rail fans, knee boss. I'm beginning to think there's a lot of empty villages today. I like the video. Excellent. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. You've got it. Listen to what Sanger says. Do as she says. Excellent, Reuben. I'll be checking. They're all on. Yeah. Not sure which bus, Jeanette, but one of them. I made a mistake. I actually am subscribed. Excellent. What I suggest you do is set up another YouTube account and subscribe again. Only joking. Where? Where? There on the stair. Where on the stair? Right there. A little mouse with clogs on. Well, I declare, going clip clippity clop on the stair. Right there. On the road to nowhere. Yeah, you're right. We're on the road to nowhere. Been raining since morning over here. Have you got the washing out? On the line, no, I haven't. I don't hang my washing out. I have a washer dryer, so I don't do no hanging. I put it in, press the button, take it out, and hang it back up in my thing. No washing lines for me, Tommy. What's that song off? Which song? Road to Nowhere. Hello, Jackie. How are we doing? How's it going, Jackie? Where? Where? There on the stair. Where on the stair? Right there. The little mouse with clogs on. Well, I declare, going clip clippity clop on the stair. Right there. I like your videos. Keep doing this every day. I try my best, Ruben. I don't know, Senga. I don't know. How's Lee doing, Jackie? Is he still bobbing up and down through that little hole in the middle? Excellent. Glad to hear it. It's very wet and wild here. It's funny, you look on the picture, it doesn't look like it's raining, but it is. Trust me. Hello, Simon Wilson. Yes, I'm on the West Coast Main Line near Preston. You only the other person I know that sings that. Yeah, it's your fault, singer. What trains do I miss? Just the usual stuff, Ruben. Nothing exciting. We have had a freight train, but there's another one due very soon. Hello, James. Watching in San Antonio, Texas, and enjoying. Excellent. Thank you, James. That's what we like to hear. There's 169 people watching this, so hit the thumbs up, double tap your screens on your phones, and subscribe if you want to. If you don't want to, that's fine. I won't be offended. It was a song by Ronnie Hilton in 1965. Excellent. He sung that and then started doing hotels. I wish the sparks would show up on the camera. That train that's just gone past, there were loads of sparks because it's raining, but they don't show up on the camera. You know what I mean? Loads of sparks off the pantograph on the roof, but unfortunately, the camera fails to catch them, which is a bit of a bummer. Not much I can do about that. Freddie and the Dreamers and Rolf Harris also recorded versions. Yeah. Ruben, he does it every day. I do. Are you going to be able to do it tomorrow? I could do it any day. Every day. You're here most times I'm on, Ruben. What voltage are those? 25,000. 25,000 volts, Tommy. Or 25 kV is the correct term. Can you tell what it is? Yeah. Can you tell what it is yet? Yeah, well, we all knew what he were up to. Less said the better. Hello, Darminda Singh Lovely. How are we doing? My mum always used to say, I knew he were wrong in that, Jimmy Savile. Anybody who wears baggy kecks like that, they're up to no good with their hands in their pockets. That's what my mum used to say. Sat there in that big armchair with them baggy kecks, I know what he's bloody well doing. Where are you, Che? I'm in the United Kingdom, in Preston. Have you been in another chat for the last 5 minutes? Hello, Train Edits, how are we doing? Hello, Julian Thorpe. Yep, tomorrow is Halloween. I'm fine, thank you, Train Edits. Fine, fine and dandy. Are we facing up or down today? Well, in my opinion, we're facing down, but we are actually facing London today. It's classed as up in railway talk, but I always class it as down, but we are facing London. I couldn't get where I wanted to be, Tommy, because there's somebody parked in the way. So I've had to go for my second choice. Which line are you on? The West Coast Main Line. No steam trains today? No, I don't think so. We have had an oddball. We had a ScotRail came through about half an hour ago, and but that's about it. Now we're going to a place called Woolerton. Woolerton. Ooh. I will replace the chocolate with the chilies for Halloween. Excellent. Yes. And the 3 o'clock woman's been passed as well, but she looked rather windswept in the wind. Very windswept she looked. The man's not going, he's coming. Maybe, just maybe. Facing south, which is referred to as upline. Yeah. That is correct, Tommy. Hello, J. Martineau, sorry. How are we doing? What's your favourite class? I don't really have a favourite class, I'm afraid. Hello, Enu Special, how are we doing? Is the blonde still? Can't tell. Dark windows. We got all kinds of crafts that'll suit you just fine for messing about on the water. Sailboats, canal boats, and cruisers too. All Britain's waterways waiting for you. Do you remember that advert? You're not able to water the foliage if there's correct, Jeanette. I have been thinking about that. It has crossed my mind. Hello, Shazad Ali. Country name, please, is United Kingdom. The United Kingdom. Oh, I don't do that. I don't do that. No way. If it had been two females and they were on the other bus, yeah, but no. No way. The compass in those engine cabs must be spinning when they pass Your Majesty. Don't know if they're going up or down. Yeah, there'll be no trading in, not with another chap, not a fucking chance. Like I say, there'd have been, you know, two females. Should sing Lady in Red. When the three, she's been passed, she came early, sang her. She came passing early. Yeah, when it were raining heavy, it's stopped raining now, it's just spitting. Hello, Vickers Mist, how we doing? Richard went live yesterday at until 5. He's doing okay, excellent. Good afternoon, sir. Whereabouts are we? Reviews of the track. Good views of the track. Got sure grubber music on one train. Excellent, Ian Parsons. Excellent. Yeah, I'm just outside of Preston, Ian, on the West Coast Main Line. And there's a freight train approaching. There goes that tamping machine again. Sorry, I thought it was freight train at distance with headlights, but it's not. Hello, that SCR guy. How we doing? 325, excellent. Hello, partner. How we doing? Hello, phone at 7689. How we doing? Hello, Charlie Morrison. Nice. Yeah, it's a tamper. Yeah, it's been up and down a few times as that this week. That tamper. I don't quite know what it's up to. Don't seem to be doing much tamping anyway. That's for sure. It came past yesterday. Did that? I have a funny feeling it's on some sort of driver training exercise, me, because it keeps just going from Preston to Wigan and not actually doing anything. Hello, Geo79. Hello, the right track. How we doing? Don't forget, if you're new here, hit the subscribe button and double tap that screen. Thank you for reply. Is this one of the busy? Well, yeah, it is a busy track, believe it or not, even though it doesn't look very busy. It is the West Coast Main Line, you know. That goes from London Euston to Glasgow Central and Edinburgh. And there's definitely a freight train coming now. Definitely. See you later.
Tea time. How many watching?
137 at the moment.
Wish I'd have done the same, stopped it off, let you do what cold work. That's it, I'll see you again.
See you later. And so there's over 100 classes of engine, and a driver would have to train up to learn to operate each model. I don't think they have to learn each model because they're all similar. There's only little differences. They all compromise. They all add up of three things when you get on a train as a train driver. You have to activate the AWS, turn on the master key, set the reverser, and that's basically it on every single train, no matter how old or how new it is. They all have the same rules, you know what I mean? You know, they're all identical in every respect. You know, as far as some just have the odd little difference, you know, which is always confuses me. You know, like the Class 87, you have to go into the actual engine and flick a couple of switches before you go anywhere and stuff like that. But basically, they're all, even the modern ones, the brand new ones, the first thing you're supposed to do when you get on is set the AWS, turn on the master key, set the reverser to forwards, and that's it basically. Oh, and set your lights as well. Yeah, they're all basically, they all are fundamentally the same. Just with odd niggly differences like Like, you know, you've seen it when I've done the train simulator. Yeah, that's it, Tommy. You see, you get on some trains, it's not that I don't know what to do, it's I can't find what I'm looking for. That's the problem. You know what I mean? Like some engines, class 47 has a hydraulic change end lever, and not all trains have that. The older ones have what they call a change end lever, and it just moves the hydraulics control to the other end of the train. Because and little niggly bits, but they're all generally the same. Even the new ones. In fact, the new ones are generally simpler. You know what I mean? The new ones tend to be have the brakes and the accelerator on the same knob, if you will. Just a lever you pull backwards, and as you take the accelerator off, it goes to 0, and then keep going backwards, and it becomes the brake. That's the only difference with modern trains. They tend to be simpler, easier. So what trains? Yeah, there's various trains on here. Mixed vlogs. Business Pumpkin. Yeah, I'm in the United Kingdom near Preston. Hello, Steffa Darjotine. Darjotine. Struggling with your name there, but I'm getting the gist. Hello, Ian Parsons. Network Rail here at the moment. I don't know what they're up to. They're messing. They're doing something, but I don't know what. No problem, Mick. No problem. That's what I'm here for. Excellent, Mick. You like trains, good. So, start engine up, set the points, warning system, get a pressure in the brakes and you're away. Generally, you get on. First thing you should do is set the AWS, because that's always a switch well away from the driver. If you sit down in the seat, very often you can't reach it. Points and everything are already done for you. You don't do them. Set the AWS, that's first job. Sit down, switch on the master key, set the reverser, and then set the lights. Some trains you can set off without setting the lights. Other trains will not allow you to go until you've set the lights. And headlights on trains are not just headlights, they have meanings. And there's some of them, you're supposed to configure them in the correct way. But I'll be honest, I never bother. But they do mean something, they're not just simply headlights. That's why we notice on the old steam trains they have discs that you can open and close. And they do mean something, but I forgot what they mean. But it basically tells what kind of train it is and what it's hauling and all this business. I want to be a train driver when I'm older. Excellent. Hello, Russian person, EEMR. Hello, Jill Hall, how are we doing? You're making some racket. Yeah, I was just getting my microphone back out of me thing. It had fallen down the thing. Because when that chap walked over to my car talking, I had to move it. So he's gone now. I could put my camera back in its usual position, but it's not worth messing with now. At this time of day, I actually prefer to be facing north, but it doesn't really matter that much. Do you not even consider going for the driver job? No, well, no, not now at my time in life, or maybe one day perhaps, but not now. Certainly a good job to have. Certainly a well-paid job, that's for sure. But there is a lot of responsibility, you know. There's more people on a train than what's on a plane, generally. Definitely good money. They're on very good money. But no room for error, that is correct. And there is a lot of errors that go unnoticed that we don't hear about. But to be fair, they're pretty safe now. If you go through a red light, the train's just going to stop. You know, you ain't going anywhere. Yeah, I think these drivers that you see coming past here on the Avantis, I think they're on some not far off 80 grand a year. I need a train now. Do you? Excellent. You need some manners, that's what you need. You get 2,000 a year. It's a lot more than 2,000 a year. Train drivers here, the Avanti drivers are on not far off 80 grand a year. And you've got to be well qualified as well. You've got to have good A levels and stuff like that. It's just not. It's not a case of Yeah, that's right. Not far off 2k a week, correct. Been on terrific Monday. But to be fair, there is a lot of responsibility with it, you know. You've got to learn all the signals and everything. Not just the signals we see, the colour lights that we see, there's also lots of little signals at track level that only drivers see. You've got to understand what they mean. Ground signals, which have got 3 lights on that do different things. Hello, Andy Chance, how are we doing? You need good eyes to be a trained driver to see all the signs, yes. Even though, to be fair, the speed limit signs now I think are automatic. Yeah. Yeah. Well, to be honest, I think they're struggling for drivers at the moment. I think they've got staff shortages, from what I can gather. I think it's an easier job to get in nowadays than what it were years ago. In the olden days, you had to shovel coal for about 2 years before you could let loose with an engine. My day's okay, Andy, how's yours? Yeah, I think you had to be a fireman for a couple of years before you could even be considered to be a driver. Before you were a fireman, you were a cleaner, and you just clean the engine, you know what I mean? No HSTs today. Richard, are you live tonight at 9 o'clock? Yes, most likely I will be, yes. You need to have good eyes. See all this thing, yeah. You need to have good eyes. It is, yeah, the West Coast Main Line. Hello, Pokemon Go King, how are we doing? Thank you very much, whoever that was, for giving out some memberships. David Boyer, how are we doing, David? Let's just give out 5 memberships to somebody, to some lucky recipients. Heather White, Manilo, LSM Trains, the GHC and Flights V4 have just received a membership. Excellent. Although fireman and engineer had to be on job for hours getting pressure up before it correct. Yep, that is true, Tommy, that. And they used to, the engine's boiler, which when you say it fast doesn't sound a lot, had to get up to 50 psi, and you think, well, that's nothing. Well, it is. It's a lot in a big boiler. It's 50 psi. I mean, when we test tanks for leaks and stuff at work, we only send them up to 5 psi, and they can buckle at 5 psi. So you imagine a steam engine, 50 psi. That's why them bloody great rivets are in them. I've no idea, Jeanette. Somebody, there's 5 memberships just gone out. David Boyer. Thank you very much, David Boyer. Yeah, so that's a hell of a pressure, is that, 50 psi. Like a car tyre is generally 30, but it's such a small area. It's a tiny area. You know what I mean? But in a big area, for something with a large volume, it's a lot of pressure, is that? Yeah, that's all we test them up to, 5 psi, and that will buckle steel with 5 psi in a tank. I've seen it happen with my own eyes. I saw a lad make a hydraulic tank, and he went just over 5 psi, and it bellied it out, and he had to make a new one. It turned a square tank into a flipping egg. It went boom, bonk, boom, bonk, and the sides popped out, and it bellied it. No, I'm not trespassing on the line, no. I don't know how you do it. I've no idea, Jeanette. I don't know how it works. I've no idea. He isn't trespassing. No, I'm on a bridge. I'm on a bridge. I'm sat in a car. So I'd be doing well to get my car on track as well. And also, if you look at the picture, it's blatantly obvious that I'm well up above the railway line. No, I'm not in the USA. I'm in the United Kingdom. What gauge sheet metal did 5 psi high buckle? Oh, it only be about probably only about 2 mil, 3 mil for a hydraulic tank. It doesn't have to be much. It only holds the oil. You know what I mean? It's not pressurised or anything. Problem is, oil is harder to contain than water. You see, it leaks. Does oil worse than water? Oil is very seeking. It seeks well. So oil tanks, they have to be right. Whereas water vessels, water is easy to contain. It doesn't find its way out the same like oil does. Which I know sounds daft, but oil has a very good seeking properties. But a tank, sort of like a hydraulic tank for hydraulic oil, would only be like 2 mil. If it were small, very small, only 1 mil. Doesn't have to be thick. Doesn't need to be. It's only holding the oil. It's not under pressure in its normal life. We only pressure test them to make sure they don't leak. You know what I mean? You pressure test things to make sure they don't leak. Put water in them first, and then you pump it up. Yeah, you fill it with water first, and then you pump it up with a machine with a gauge on it. It looks very much like a trolley jack, and you fill the tank in the pressure tester, and that puts more water in and puts it under pressure. You know what I mean? And then you do something really technical. You get a bottle of fairy liquid, squirt it in some water, so it's a very thin mix of water and fairy liquid, and go around with a spray over all the joints. And if there's any leaks, they bubble like hell. It's like when a gas man puts your new gas fire in, and you think he does something dead fancy, and half of them just hold a lighter to the pipe. People go, what? You can't hold lighter to the pipe? We can. It won't explode. It's not possible. Gas in a pressurised pipe can't explode. It's got to be a 50-50 mix of oxygen. You know what I mean? We used to do it at school with them taps on, flipping back at benches. Put a lighter to them and open them up. Flamethrower. What speeds are these? Oh, they're varied speeds. It depends which track they're on. If they're on the one nearest to the camera, and the second one, it's 75 mile an hour. If they're on the third track, it can be up to 95 mile an hour. And if they're on the fourth track away from the camera, that's got a line speed of 110. South. Facing south. Usually is facing north, but when I arrived here, there were other people in my position. So I had to settle for south today. And it's raining, so I thought I'm not getting out and moving it. How are you getting H2O out of a system? Say that again. Say that again. How are you getting H2O out of a system then? What do you mean, Tommy? Explain that. Out of what system? Elaborate a bit on that, Tommy. I'm not understanding. Pendolino, yes. Yeah, I know what he's referring to, but out of what system? I know what water is, but it's what out of getting water out of system. What system? Hello, said I. How are we doing? Said I. Seem to remember you from yesterday, said I. You pressure test the tank using water, but you can't mix hydraulic fluid with water, so how do you dry the inside of the tank before well, you just drain it. We drain it and allow it to dry naturally. You know, just drain it. Obviously there's going to be plugs and holes and God knows what that when it's in position, obviously when it's in its well, most of the tanks and hydraulic tanks go on our machines generally, so we would actually be fitting it to one of our machines, so they're just drained, you know, it's just tipped out and they just dry naturally, you know what I mean? It's only water, you know, and they're cleaned out and everything, and away you go. You know, because we've made some tanks that have been massive, you know what I mean? Massive. But a lot of tanks, when they're made, they live outside, you know, they go outside and they stay outside for the rest of their lives. Some tanks get buried into the floor. You know, it just depends on what the customer wants. But a hydraulic tank would be bolted and fastened to whichever hydraulic machine it were for, you know. For Pendolino, I sought Harrow and Weldstone. Excellent. Hello, Aidan. How are we doing? Hello, Manilo. Yeah, I don't know where that came from, Manilo. It came from somebody called David. Somebody called David bought them. Can't remember his name now. Somebody called David Boyer bought 5 gift memberships. I don't even know how it works, that gift membership business. I don't know what it's about or anything. I've no idea. But thank you very much, David Boyer. Hello, Train Lover TL. How are we doing? I'm in the club. Yeah, you've got the little train next to your name now. The little RB rail train. I don't understand how half of this stuff works. I don't get that hype business and all that a lot. I don't understand any of that. Hello, Jonathan Mulson. How are we doing? There goes a Tropicano orange. Tropicano fresh orange. Just need to be invited to Jeanette now and I'm happy. What train is coming now? I don't know. There's something along soon. And there's one here right this minute. And that's a class 331 and it's going to Liverpool Lime Street, and in fact no, I think that's going to Manchester Airport, sorry, that one. And that's made by a manufacturer called CAF, which are based in Spain. And the next train that's coming is a class 323, is it? Yep, class 323, and it's going to Blackpool North, is this one. No, I can't get a 2-ton because that will mean I'd have to get out in rain and stand there like a lemon waving my arms about, and I ain't doing that in the rain. In fact, I won't do it in the sun, but I most certainly ain't doing it while it's chucking it down. You can't see it on camera, but it is raining quite hard at the moment. I'm streaming it on an iPhone 14, which is fully waterproof anyway, and I have actually got a waterproof cover on it, but I don't need to have it on because they are submersible. You can submerge them in water anyway. that's just gone past is a Class 195, and that's going to Windermere. Hello, Georgie Sack Casido, how are we doing? Casido, how are we doing, Georgie? Georgie Sack Casido, how are we doing? How's it going? Is there any steam train? No, not today, I'm afraid. We're all out of steam today. Possibly on Saturday. Gets a bit quiet now at this time of year for steam train. You get a bit of an influx towards Christmas with all these Santa specials, but it dies off a bit now. The season for steam is coming to an end, you know. There'll be a couple of Cumbrian Mountain Expresses left, but they're their partner has said it. There's a feature somewhere where you can gift membership. I haven't a clue where, but you see, I obviously, because it's my channel, I have a different dashboard, so I don't see half of these bits and bats. It's like that hype business. I don't understand that at all. I know people have hyped my videos, and yet I've received no message to say it or anything. You know what I mean? I've not been told anything about it, and I look for hype buttons and I can't find them because I've got loads of them points. You know what I mean? Tons of them, because I've never hyped a single video yet. But every time I try and hype, the button's not there. Yes, it's going okay, Georgie Sack. It's going mighty damn fine. Apart from it's raining hard. Train coming, correct, there is. And I can tell you it's a Class 390 Avanti West Coast Pendolino. And it's either going to Glasgow or Edinburgh. And it's only coming slowly as well. No, I have played Fortnite. I've had a go at it, but not for me, I'm afraid. Mick Vlogs, I've liked and subbed. Excellent, thank you, Mick Vlogs. I've just played and got a victory royale. Excellent. What a miserable day. Just have to turn my engine on for a minute and generate a bit of warmth. Get the old heated seat going for a moment. It's my first time watching you. Excellent. Hello, Ron. I'm Yasrol Chai. How are we doing? Where are you? Who are you? Yes, I'm in the United Kingdom on the West Coast Main Line near Preston. Pardon me. In fact, I'm going to pin the message with my location, saying we keep answering the same question. There you go. Live from UK near Preston. Pinned in the chat. Put your hand in the camera so I know this is now. Yeah, I'll go and stand at the other side of the fence and then put my hand. I don't care whether you think you know it's now or not. How about that? It's tomorrow actually. I'm filming in advance. That's me making them branches and everything move at bottom of the screen. You know, I've got a little fan blowing them. Next train coming on track 2 or 3. Excellent. Mental Mary, you're late. Mental Marty, you're late. Hello, Steve, how we doing? Welcome, Steve. Welcome. Still vertical. That's good. The weather is terrible here, Steve. It's raining hard. Are you back from the dead? Alex Higgins. Yeah. Hello, Alex Higgins. How we doing? Yeah, it's terrible here. It's that extra wet rain. You know, the horrible rain I call it. You know that. Richard, I have got to go, so I might see you later. Okay, Jackie, catch you later. How's my battery doing? 50%, I think. Just trying to see my battery gauge from about 20 foot away. It's like 4 degrees and raining. You know, it's warmer than I can't tell off my thermometer in car because my engine's running and parked up, so until you get moving it doesn't give you an accurate reading. It's getting all the heat off the engine at the moment, so it says it's 13. Well, there's no way it's 13, not a chance. Feels about 8 to me, 8 or 9. In your opinion, what is the fastest train in the WOD, in the world? I would say it's probably, I don't know, to be honest with you. I just don't know. I think we in with a shout. It's probably going to be the Shinkansen, which is the Japanese bullet train, or the Shinkansen as it's known. Train coming on track 2, I guess. Is there? I can't see nothing, but I'll take your word for it. Okay, even I see lights. Yeah, them lights you can see in the distance are signals. You can see right in the very far distance there's 2 sets of signals. Shinkansen, it's called the Shinkansen. Shinkansen. Yeah, far away in the distance. Them are, and they are in the distance, and they're actually called distance signals, not because they're in the distance, but they're high visibility, and they're enough always on double orange or flashing orange. At the moment, they're both on. One's on one's on double amber, and the other one on the left, I think, is on a single amber, I think. So the one on the right means the next signal is on single amber, and the one on the left means that the next signal is on red. Hello Charles, how are we doing? Northbound, southbound, eastbound or westbound? Well, can only be two of them, can't it? Can only be two opposites. We are pointing southbound. Hello Senga, where have you been? Where did you disappear to? You're rail fanning in the northbound. Well, I'm facing southbound at the moment. My camera is facing towards London. Catch you later, Jackie. Yes, I'm facing southbound, correct. If you walked on that track and kept walking for many, many hours, you'd be in London eventually. It'll take you a while, that, but you get there. I never said hi. Hi. How you get on? Hello, Charles. How's Camilla? Foot is healing. Excellent. Had to jump out with daughter. Have you been doing a bit of shopping, Senga? Have you been for some more cakes by any chance? Some more of them there cakes? More brownies? Some more brownies? I own a house. I think the train is coming for. They forgot my pain meds though, so I have to hop a train tomorrow and go back to hospital for my meds. Bloody hell. And that's a 2-hour trip, isn't it, Steve? Hello, Mary at Mulvaney. How are we doing? How's it going, Mary? No, I've got one left for tonight. Oh, excellent, Senga. Like coming in track 3. Yes, there is one coming on track 3, and I can tell you it's a Pendolino. An Avanti West Coast Pendolino. Well spotted, Georgie Sack. It annoys me that the sparks don't show up. It was sparking like hell, that, on the pantograph. We've been raining, we've been wet and rainy, but the sparks don't show up on the camera. I was melting last night. Yeah, I reckon so. Another train coming, I can't see one. Soon. What speed was that? I'd have said that we're going about 70-ish, I'd say. Hello Heather, how are we doing? How's it going, Heather? I'm doing mad and I'm fine, Heather. That grass cows are in it, very green, yeah? It is very green, yeah. And it looks like they're having a good munch. Chewing the cud, as they say. I think that's the term, chewing the cud. We have a weather warning here. It's horrendous rain and winds, so hunkered down. I don't say. Yeah, it's pretty horrendous here. Ever it's raining like hell. The wind's not so bad. Yeah, can we move on? Yeah, it's not a right nice life being a cow in a field stood there in pouring rain, but I suppose they're used to it. Every day when I get in this car, my left hand mirror's moved and it's really bugging me why I have to keep adjusting it. Just don't know why it's doing it. You know, I've turned off the tilting thing because when you put it in reverse, my mirrors tilt down to the floor. I think it's when you're parking so you can see the white lines. I don't know, but I've turned that off because it annoyed me. But every day when I get in it, my left hand mirror's moved inwards for some reason. I don't know why. It's doing me head in. Yeah, it's horrible here today, Heather. Horrible. The cows should be laying down. No one told them to the rule. It's how we know it's going to rain. Yeah, that's what people say when the cows are laid down. It's going to rain. Well, all these are stood up and they're munching away at the grass at the moment. There's brown ones, black ones, black and white ones. Usually, the farmer appears right in that top right-hand corner next to the track, and I don't know what he does. He must perhaps shouts at them or shakes something. I don't know, but they all go rushing off and go round corner with him. There's been any cross-country trade though? We don't get cross-country up here, Ruben. Hello, that transport guy. How are we doing? Train coming. Track 3. Hello, Garrick Seal. And that train is going to Manchester Airport. It's already dark here, freezing and horrendous rain. Yeah, that's exactly what it is here. I'm surprised you can't hear the rain actually bouncing off my car roof. All new Labour voters, just follow the herd. Yeah, follow the herd, yeah. Another train coming soon. Yeah, that's a TransPennine, and that is definitely going to Manchester Airport. TransPennine Class 397. I don't know what kind of trains they are. I don't know who makes them TransPennine ones because I've never got up close to one to see what label's on it. What's for dinner tonight? Saying I have no idea. And the annoying thing is I've no delivery this week either. She sent me a message last night saying she'd had an accident decorating or something, so I don't know what that's all about. So I've no delivery this week, so I'm going to have to fend for myself for a week, which is a bit of a bummer. I want a real fan with you. 397, yeah. I won't have any winds to scare tomorrow night if it stays like this. Yeah. Oh yeah. Halloween tomorrow night. Oh yes. What will tomorrow night bring, I wonder? This is awful weather, this. Yes, I remember you, transport guy. You ask me that every day when you come in. Do you remember me? I remember you. Hagrid rides tomorrow night. Excellent, Thorfinn. I can't wait to see Hagrid. I see lights for background and forward tracking train spotted come from northbound. Yes, correct, there is, and I can tell you for free it is. It's another 397. I don't know what the emblem is on front of them. They have an emblem right on the front end, but I can't make it out. I don't think so, Tommy. The only time they slow down is if they have to when it's raining, they have to slow down earlier if they're stopping at the station, because obviously wet rails, you're more likely to to overshoot and skid. So I think they come in slower at stations because they lose a bit of adhesion, because you've got to remember there's very little metal to metal actual contact, you know what I mean? It's only a tiny spot at the bottom of the wheel. I mix tandoori spices. God, hang on, chat's moving too fast for me. I mix tandoori spices in natural yogurt with a splash of lemon juice. Rubbed it into chicken thighs. I've been marinating in the fridge overnight. I'll have that with some pillow rice and garlic. Oh God, that sounds heavenly, Heather. That sounds excellent. Make an extra space at the table, will you? I'm on my way. Which part of the UK are you? Yeah, I'm in the northwest. I'm always right. Are you? Another train coming soon, northbound. Yes, I'm in the northwest. It says in the chat where I am. If you look at the pinned message in the chat, it tells you where I am. Where's the station? Well, there's a station straight ahead in the camera where you're looking, and there's also a station. There's about a station a mile away from the view you see in there, which not many of them stop at. It's mainly a through station. Only the local trains stop at. And there's a station about a mile and a half to 2 miles behind the camera. Such an easy recipe, Rich, but wow, it tastes delicious. It sounds it. There probably is, Tommy. I don't know for sure without actually looking, but there probably is. I just don't know. I know there's very little contact, because you think about it, a round piece of metal touching a flat piece of metal, the actual contact area is probably nothing more than a centimetre, or even probably less. Could be even millimetres contact. I don't know. Yep, it is cold today, John. Definitely, John Alacy. Many old diesels to come past. No, there hasn't. It's just the usual modern stuff now. There's a freight train due, I think, in a minute. Not long. Not long. I'll tell you what's due. I shall tell you what's due when I get my timetable up. And the track is... No, it's definitely not the track's not a flat profile. I do have a track wear indicator at home, actually. Funnily enough, sort of weird thing that you have, but I actually have one, a track wear measurer at home. And the only reason why I've got that is because I got a van, and it was unbeknown to me, it was ex-network rail. And when you caught, if you stood outside that van and just looked in certain lights, you could see the outline of where a network rail sticker had been removed. And I replaced the wood lining in the back with some new wood lining, and when I took the old wood lining off, it were a track wear indicator underneath the wood lining. Hello from New Hampshire, Craig Greenley. How's it going? Hello, Kenan Jones, how are we doing? Hello, Mr. Moore. The view you see here, it's not portrait, it's culture, and yes, the culture of beautiful nature and human progression. Excellent, correct. Train coming, yes, there is. Pendolino. And here comes a freight train, I think. Is that where indicator like an incline? Really like, you know, it's like a. It looks actually the shape of it is like a knuckle duster, and it's got the curve of the top of the rail in it, and then it's got the shape of the side of the rail as well, so you can hold it against and check the wear. If you know what I mean. Can I hear it raining there? Yes, you certainly. Well, you can. Yeah, that's it. See, that train will be going up there to bring stuff back as well. You see, so they put a load of empty what they call multimodal, and it'll come back later on full of that. They always run them empty or full, you know what I mean, so they can put stuff on and off. Blimey, it's question time's coming now. I have a blue car, and I'm old. Yeah, it's raining heavy, Jeanette. Very heavy. How do you know when train is coming? Because I look at the diagrams. Yep. I look at the diagrams on Railcam app. Oh, well, it's not an app, it's a website. It's not going to be with me for a while. What's not going to be with you for a while, Kiernan? Or be one of my homing locomotives that have gone for a long... Oh, right, one of your locomotives have gone for overhaul. Excellent. It's going to be in another town, right. Blimey. Train detected coming to in northbound and southbound. Excellent. I can hear it. All I can hear is rain hitting my car roof. I'm from Nottingham and it's going to Ruddington. Nottingham. Yes, Wangalas. Are you waiting for a train? Yes. Yes, LSM Trains. That was somebody in the chat earlier on. Just randomly bought 5 memberships, and YouTube automatically just distributes them, and you was one of the lucky receivers. Yeah, if I look at the diagrams, you see, I've got it here on my other phone. I just click on northwest of England, then I click on PSB area, which is Preston, PSB, and I can see the diagrams for Carnforth and Morecambe, Preston railway station, and Bamber Bridge, Blackpool North, Kirkham and Wesham, Farrington, Lostock, Exton and Chorley, East Lancs line, which is going through to Blackburn and Colne and all that lot. And then what I can see on this one page, this is what they call the Preston PSB area. I'm looking at the diagram now. There's there's a train approaching on the up fast, which is the farthest track from the camera, and if I click on the head code 1U01, I can tell you it's a northern, and it's from Barrow-in-Furness to Manchester Airport. And that's how I know I've seen it on an old western movie, and an Indian put his car to the track and could tell a train. Put his ear to the track and tell a train. I won't try it here because I can't get down to the track because it's all fenced off. But I have actually tried that when I was a kid, and yes, you can hear it. You can usually hear them when they're half a mile away. Without even putting your ear to the track, you can hear the track start to ting like a tingling sound on the track. How many members now, Rich? I don't know, Senga. I think I've 12 now, up to now. I think it's 12. I think. Problem is, you see, obviously when somebody buys somebody a membership, it's only going to last a month, and then that's the end of it, you know what I mean? Meanwhile, I'm going to play Roblox, but keep watching. Excellent. Yep, double tap the screen, people. Correct. Hello again, LSM Trains. And that train has come from Barrow-in-Furness. Put your ear to that 25 seats in it. Yeah, I would. You could grab hold of that wire, and provided you don't touch anything else, you won't get a shock. It's when you touch something else and you get earth, that's when you die. Because you see birds stood on them, and they don't frazzle. You soon get off when a train comes like. Yeah, that's come from Barrow-in-Furness, that train, and you can always tell the diesels that come from Windermere and Barrow-in-Furness purely because there's no overhead electric wires in the Lake District. Thanks for that suggestion though, Tommy. I might try that one day. I have to go. See you later. Catch you later, Mick. Yeah, well, 4:30 when this last. Is it AC single phase? Well, it must be single phase going through one wire. That's for sure. So it is definitely AC. Yeah, it's 25,000 volts AC, and obviously it's single phase because it's just one wire, isn't it? You know, it's just one very thick copper wire, and it is a thick copper wire as well. You know, it must weigh blooming tons. Must cost a fortune, that wire. Absolute fortune. An absolute fortune. I dread to think how much it costs that. I've seen them renewing them and replacing them, and you know, it's a huge roll. You know, it must cost an absolute fortune. But one thing for sure, it's never ever going to get stolen. Not that particular wire anyway. You'd have to be keen. You'd have to get at it first, and then you'd have to be very keen with it. Hello. Another to another ninja. How are we doing? Another ninja. I think I need a nanny nap. So tired. You need a nanny nap. I do remember you, yes. Hello, Russian person, how are we doing? Russian person beginning with A. How's it going? Oh, we passed that. Yeah, I were thinking about that as well, Senga. That's just what I were thinking about that about 5 minutes ago. Thinking we'd pass the golden hour. I'm one if you're top fans. Excellent. RB, one of my locals had a small fire this morning. Excellent. Like it was went up in flames. Excellent. Oh dear. Hi guys, how are you today? It looks horrible out there. It is pretty horrible. It's just stopped raining. It's been raining hard for about last 20 minutes, but it's just this minute stopped. Because I've just wound my window down just to let a bit of fresh air in. And also check my battery power. Looking at my phone, looking very sopping and wet across the road. You can carry 3-phase AC through one cable at different frequencies. Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah, I've no idea, Tommy. I'm not that well up, to be honest with you, but I know I've wired loads of 3-phase in, and it's always been individual cables, you know, but I got a belt off it as well once, and that bloody hell, I felt that. Oof, did I? I thought my days were done, I'll tell you. My local that's had a small fire just on my model shed till further notice. Excellent. It was an Intercity 125, right? You must have had VFDs on some of your machines. I don't know, what's a VFD, Tommy? You have to explain, I don't even know what a VFD is. I probably call it something different. What's a VFD? Variable frequency drive. Oh, I don't know. No idea. All our machines tends to have what do they call it? Damn it, I can't think what they're called. They're bloody expensive and all that. The things, what do they call them? We alter speed up and down at motor. There's a name for it. I can't remember. You see. Yeah, we all our machines are. Yeah, variable frequency drive. Yeah, all of our machines, well, most of them. Well, I'm saying that, not all of them. Those that needed it had it. The mixers, they especially had it because they obviously had to start them slowly. But some things didn't, and some things did. Yeah, control box. Yeah, they cost a fortune, did them, Tommy? You know, we had a guy that used to make them up, and you were talking thousands and thousands of pounds for some of them, some of the big ones as well. I mean, some of them were like the size of a garden shed. They weren't just a little box. They were, you know, you could get in them and stand 2 people up in them. They were massive with all sorts of gubbins in, and they cost thousands. They did thousands. And a guy used to build them for us called, well, he still does as far as I know. He's called Martin. That's all I know. We never used to build them. We used to just tell him what we wanted, and he flung it all together. And then when we got it, we just wired it to the machine. Hello, Lucas Byrne. Went train spotting yesterday, and then it said this train not scheduled to stop at us. Right, God. Hello, spotting crew. How are we doing? Hello, Stefan and Jotine. How are we doing? Hello, George Palladino. The speed on these tracks are as follows. Track 1, track 2 is 75, track 3 is 95, and track 4 is 110. And it's raining again. Oh, lovely jubbly. And after this next freight train, I'll be wrapping it up. There's another freight due in 10 minutes, and then that'll be it. What country are you in? It says it on the chat. If you look at the pinned message in the chat, the information is there, the country and where I am located. It's a pinned message on the top of the chat. RB, you ever been abroad? And no, I haven't. I'm not really, but I'm not really keen on abroad trains. You know what I mean? I don't know enough about them. Saves you having to manually change belts and gear pulleys on a drill. But yeah, you're correct. Yeah, I mean, some mixers still have them, variable speed drives, which you actually alter just by turning a handle, and the pulleys on the top are they're like 2 cones together, if you get me drift. So when you turn the handle, the cones go tighter together, and it alters the diameter of the pulley, and obviously affects the speed. And you know, to be fair, for some machines, that's a good thing. You know what I mean? And they're dead reliable and cheap. Yeah, it's you know, quite a few. Not at the moment, no, Kanan. Crossbook Productions. How many trains does this line see a day? About 480. It's roughly 20 an hour, thereabouts. Between 15 and 20 an hour. I know that because I've actually somebody asked me a couple of weeks back, so I had the timetable in my hand and I counted through them. I only counted 1 hour because it's the same trains every hour roughly. You know what I mean? I didn't count the whole day's worth. There's at night time though, after 9 p.m. there's a lot more freight trains. Plus there's the Caledonian Sleeper and all the car trains. There's lots of cars transported up Scotland. They go up Scotland and they get exported from the Dagenham factory, because there's a train every night that runs from Dagenham to somewhere in Scotland. Wow. Yeah, and it goes up every night full of Ford cars and transit vans and stuff, and then they get exported from a port in Scotland somewhere. That's a mechanic CVD you're describing there. Constant variable. That's it. Variable drive. That's the one. That's the one, Tommy. We have that on a lot of machines, on a lot of the basic mixes. You know, if it's just a case of altering the speed, yeah. Because every now and then you have to change the belt. The belts, they're very thick, wide tooth belts. They are very big belts, and they're toothed, so they don't wear. But you know, when we service them, we always put a new belt on. Hello, Mustang. How we doing? Chopper. Especially when you're on the platform right next to it. What train's that? I don't know. I missed it. I didn't look. How's it going, Mustang? I have to. We have my kidney stones. Oh hell, my surgery. Oh, you've had it done, have you? Excellent. I remember you saying it got cancelled, so you've had it done now, have you? Good. Glad to hear it. Chopping onions and very strong. My eyes not watered for years with an onion. Oh, I'm glad it's worked out all right, Ford Mustang. IB, what is your... I don't have a favourite. I get asked that every single day off somebody, and I don't have favourites. Not of today's modern trains. Let's have a look with this bloody engineer's train is. I have a stent in my side, my wee holes, my wee hole. I have a stent inside. Right. Are you making the girls cry again, Rich? Hello, Steffa. Where's this freight train? Where is it? It's hiding behind the bush. Like done, thank you. $6K05, which is what they call the engineer's train. That'll be here in a few minutes, and then that's when I'll be calling it a wrap, because it's getting very dark here, and we've been awful weather. It's getting dark earlier because it's all cloudy and horrible, and just generally the cows are hiding with Bigfoot. Yeah, they've gone. Oh no, they haven't. They've moved over to the left a bit. Alias Train Spotter. I'm a train spotter too. Yeah, I figured that out with your username. Your username gave it away a bit for me. I don't train spot. I just video them. I don't take numbers and all that business. Used to do when I was a kid, but not now. I'm not that interested. Hello, Dennis. Where are we today, Dennis? Are we still in? I think you were going. I think you were in Italy yesterday. Where are we today? It's not a handbag, it's a man bag. No, I haven't been to the US. Sorry, George Palladino. I have not been to the US. Where's the freight? Soon, Kanan, soon. Patience, my boy, patience. It'll be a Class 66. I haven't actually looked, but I can assure you it'll be a DRS Class 66. It's the engineer's train, and it's always what it's carrying, I don't know, because it varies every day. It's usually got some yellow trucks on it, and yesterday it had some big generators and a crane on it yesterday. It had a big crane on yesterday, so I don't know what it's going to delight us with today. But it is definitely still in Italy. Excellent, Dennis. It's definitely a Class 66. That much I can tell you. It always is. It's always a DRS Blue Class 66. Probably even the same one as yesterday. Have you seen any Class 185s today? No. Won't get many of them on this track. I like your video again. Yeah, you can only like it once, but anyway. What are you eating tonight for dinner? I have no idea. God forbid. Need some yawning, I know that much. I want to be seen. I want to be seen a train today. Excellent. Well, you've seen lots of trains today. Colby Buntling, how are we doing? Colby Bunting, how are we doing, shall I say? No, I haven't seen any 88s today. Bloody hell, I'm not going through every class of train. You know, you've seen what you've seen on screen. Be here all day if you start going through every class of train. Have I seen this? Have I seen that? Have I seen that? I might see it rain today. It's absolutely thrashing it down here, but amazingly enough, it doesn't seem to be showing up on camera. Surprised you can't hear it. It's in my car. Put my camera near windscreen. Camera, microphone. You know, do you hear that? That's the rain bouncing off my window. Well, the freight train is waiting at the signal to enter the main line. '18 and plus in the chat. If you're under age 18, we need to know. Am I having a Ryanair in-flight meal for dinner? There's so little in it. You lose weight. Ryanair saves fuel. Yeah, that's true. You asked me that earlier, Ruben, and I told you I use Railcam. Yep, Railcam. It's the most accurate one for the UK. You can look at every single line in the UK on the Railcam and see what's moving. But there is a downside to it. You have to pay for it. What? What do I use? Do you have a model? No. Oh my God, we're off again. No, it's not a questionnaire, this. Please do be kind and chat. If you don't, you will be timed out. Yeah. I'm not answering thousands of questions. Do I do this? Do I do that? Do I do this? Gets a little bit boring. Recently moved to South Florida in the US and renewed my love of train travel. Excellent. Are the old paddle signalling still in use? Correct, it is. The old semaphores, yep, they're all over the show, Tommy. There's loads of them still in use, amazingly enough. You know, I only need to travel about a few miles from my house, and there they are on the Settle to Carlisle line. As soon as you get past Clitheroe, they go to semaphores with the old cables and all that business going outside at track. You know, amazing, really. And here comes what we call the engineer's train. Hello, John Joyce. The train has just gone past. Hello from Finland. I couldn't hear you because my little sisters were crying. Excellent. Here comes the engineer's train. And it looks like it's just got the usual yellow trucks on the back full of old sleepers. But here it is. And there it goes. That is going to Crewe, Basford Hall. And it looks like it's got old ballast on the back. Judging me out by how mucky it is. Rail cam, correct. That's what I use. It's not an app, it's just a website. I have it on my iPad. But to get the diagrams up with the live trains, you do have to subscribe, and it's £40 a year. It isn't free. If you don't subscribe, you don't get the diagrams, which to me are the most important bit. So you either subscribe or you don't. You know what I mean? It depends how much you want the diagrams. You ever spotted in Scotland? No, I haven't, but I fully intend on doing. There's no doubt about it. I'm going to catch a train somewhere to Scotland and have a couple of hours on, say, Glasgow Central or Edinburgh Waverley, and then come back. All countries on this web. When's the next train coming? I have no idea, because I'm going to be knocking it on the head in a minute. Hello, train spotter Tamworth, how are we doing? It's time to go home, I'm afraid. And my battery is dying, but it doesn't matter, because I'm going to call it a do now. There is a log train, but that's not till 5:10. I'm not waiting for that, because it being horrible and wet and rainy, it's going to be too dark to see anything. So thank you everybody for watching, subscribing, liking and all the rest of it. Catch you later. Catch you later, Sengi. Catch you later, Steve. Train spotter Georgie, everybody. Thanks for watching. And off I go home. Thanks everybody. Catch you all later.